Welcome into another episode of the Bell Ringers podcast with yours truly, Ryan McDonald.
I'm Ty Press.
And we are without Trevor Lay today. It is his birthday tomorrow on the 19th, so if you are seeing this, go tell him a happy birthday. But he is out celebrating, so we are doing the pod without him this week. We do have his picks, so don't worry. We'll share those with you when we get to them. But
Celebrate a family dinner. We're not recording during Trevor's birthday celebration right now.
yeah. Well, doing things that are not allowed to be here.
We're not actually friends in real life. We all
Yeah,
met through the
we
podcast.
actually all live in different states.
Yeah.
Don't even live close. But before we get going, as always, please remember to subscribe on YouTube and like the video, like all of our shorts, and then go follow us down. There they are, down at our socials down below at the Bell Ringers Pod on YouTube and Bell Ringers Pod on Instagram, TikTok, and Twitter. So please go follow, go like our reels, our TikToks, our tweets, all of them. Follow us on Spotify and give us a rating. Listen to our episodes, please. All that helps us out a lot.
Yeah,
And
please repost
with
our TikToks. Just get all the social
get the
medias
things
going.
moving, send them to all your friends. But without further ado, let's get into it. So we're gonna start off this week with quick MLB update, mainly just Phillies update. So with
hmm
last night's win against the Brewers 5-1, play them again tonight, and that can be if we win it, it'll clinch a playoff spot for us, and then we can clinch the NL East this weekend.
hmm
With the magic number is 4, so if all we need to do is win 4 games for the rest of the season and we win the NL East, it can come
Beautiful.
sooner if depending on the Braves or the Mets, I guess. Well, no, we end up playing the Mets, so it's kind of because of that. Um, and then for a first round bye, we need 7 wins. For the number 1 seed, which would be in the MLB and the NL, it is 9, and we have 11 games left. Also want to
Mhm.
get to that 100 wins, which I'm pretty sure is 9. Let me double check. It might be 8 now.
But
Um,
yeah, we got the Brewers against tonight. Then we have another series against the Mets following, and
4 games. Then we have Nationals. Nationals might be no, it's Cubs then Nationals. Nationals is the last, I
yeah.
think. So yeah, the 9 wins would get to us 100 wins, which I think would be one of, if not our best record, like ever.
hmm
I know the one we have right now, I believe, is the best one since 2011, which is nice. But yeah, and then like I said, Braves 2 games behind the Mets and the Diamondbacks for the final wild card spot, so they're gonna be pushing. Which I kind of wanted to see the Braves miss the playoffs, but we have to beat the Mets, so we're probably gonna be helping them out a little bit.
But
Um,
like I said, Braves don't exactly scare me in the playoffs, so
no, I just wanted to push it in their faces that they didn't even make the playoffs. And then the AL, Detroit is 1.5 games back of the Twins for the last AL spot, and Seattle is right behind them at 3 games back of the Twins. So it could be a
hmm
lot of movement. We'll probably go a little bit deeper into this next week with the games coming to a close. Uh, Move on to college football. Not much happened in week 3. No upsets for the top 25. There were ranked teams that lost, but they lost to ranked teams that were higher than them, so no real upsets there. Texas is our new number 1, but this
hmm
week we got some good matchups. We got a number 11 USC going into number 15 Michigan.
You're riding
Ro-
USC, baby.
Robert Orj did get named the starter for Michigan this week, so they're not going to be able to pass the ball much. Probably going to be an under.
Yeah.
You got number 12 Utah going into number 14 Oklahoma State, and you have number 6 Tennessee going into number 15 Oklahoma to round out our ranked versus ranked games this week. Pretty good slate before we get into October when we got back to back to back to back weeks of potential top 10, top 15 teams going at it. Very
Yeah.
excited. So get ready for all that. Go into the NFL and recap our week 2.
What a
Uh,
week two it was. The number of upsets were crazy. I think
yeah.
our Deco box for our 1 o'clock or 1 o'clock slate had about I think three of the upsets in that 1 o'clock time period, which is like
Oh
we'll
yeah.
go through all of them, but yeah, there are some heavy hitters that like some 6 point spreads being missed completely and them losing. Like it was a pretty crazy week.
Oh yeah.
Rye for his picks was our closest. It came down to Eagles for a 4-0
So
full
close.
sweep.
and they
I once again struggled. One
broke
and
my
three
heart
again.
and broke my heart in more ways than one. I kind of knew going into that my pick wasn't going to hit, but I was like, at least if the Birds can come out with it, especially towards the end, I was like, it's not going to work, but at least just win the game. And they failed to do that, and that's it's frustrating.
That's why I'm avoiding the Eagles, right? I know like there's a curse on this pod that we're not going to get 4-0,
Yeah,
and you made it all come down to the Eagles.
yeah, maybe I shouldn't have done that, but I tried my best. It's just there was a lot of favorites I didn't like last week, and I mean for good reason because a lot of the favorites lost
Mm-hmm.
outright. So I mean, kind of worked out for me there. Sitting at 5-3 with the best record. I mean, yeah, Trevor and the Wheel both at 4-4.
I'm
So
two and
ties.
six.
I got 3-5.
I think both weeks I went 1-1. I mean,
One and
I know
one.
I hit the under. I'm pretty sure I missed it. The over missed with the Chiefs Bengals. I had
That
the
wasn't that.
Colts.
Oh, I might have the Chiefs Bengals wrong. That might be why. I thought I had it as an over. What was the
I
score?
had the Colts
Why
covering
did I get
when
that
they
wrong?
didn't, and then I had
No, Chiefs Bengals was an over. You didn't get that one right.
I
It's
didn't get
it.
the Chiefs Bengals over.
No, you did. It was 47.5, and it hit at 51.
The Bengals game. I thought that the final score was 46.
I mean, either way, you
Bad.
hit it.
Oh, you're right.
That's all right. Okay, you had me
Oh,
thinking
all
I
right.
fucked up.
Okay, bet.
A little bit better.
Yeah, that's big news for me. I thought I won 3 again.
Because at first I think I thought you had a loss, and then like when I was like, oh no, I guess because like it was looking like a loss until that end score, I guess, by the Chiefs.
Yeah, I don't know what I was looking at. My math was wrong, I think. All right, awesome.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah, like you said, a lot of upsets this week and a lot of injuries too, which does not bode well. So I mean, start with Thursday night. Tua goes down to a concussion. It's not great seeing Tua go down with a concussion because it's
Yeah,
not his
another
first.
bad one too.
Well, they're all going to be bad now. Like if you have that many concussions, they're not going to be good. Like
Right.
they're
I
all
mean, like
like
this.
the just like the compound of all the injuries. It's probably just going to make them like look way worse in the moment. Because I got to imagine it just I don't know, in some ways has to make that worse.
Yeah, but I think to a point they say that most like every football player is getting like minor
Yeah,
concussions throughout the
yeah,
game, and it's like how we don't get often the ones where you're like stiff armed or like you are like faded going
yeah,
up. Like that doesn't. Those are the concussions that obviously puts like the
yeah.
league on notice. And for 2 years in a row to happen to this guy twice is pretty bad.
That's it.
And
And
like
like,
it's
sorry.
yeah, they're already the options are already up there now if he's gonna come back at all. Like he's gonna retire. He's got to think about his own health and his family. But yeah,
I
it's
mean,
just it sucked to see him go after getting a massive contract and being like the kind of like the guy for the Dolphins for a little for
yeah. I mean,
foreseeable future.
it it does suck, but like at least like good for him. Like he signed that contract. He got all that guaranteed money. That if he steps away, regardless, he gets that money. So at least
Right,
like he knows
absolutely.
like him and his family are fine for a while, which is the one good thing out of like him not retiring last year after this happened. It's like
Right.
yeah, it sucks you got that happen, but at least now you have set up your family with this major amount of money. You now do have an easier choice on your hands to just walk away. Like
Absolutely.
it's not like last year where he's like, oh, like I'm still in my rookie contract. I need to get that new contract to set myself up and my family up for generations.
But yeah, other than that,
I mean,
Bills
it's
once again looking good. Josh Allen found a way to make it happen. More specifically, James Cook found a way to make it
yeah, I
happen.
say Josh Allen really is. I mean, the first game he did pretty good stat
First game
wise.
he
This
did really
one,
good. Just saying, like with the question mark going into the season about his limited options, whether the Bills were not good or going to be good at all this year.
yeah,
But James Cook is a dog. I think did he have 3 or 4 touchdowns this week?
I think
Uh,
3.
3 touchdowns. Yeah, helped me in my one league
Yeah, 3.
going into Sunday already with I think 29 points. He got me was
Yeah, it was
just
definitely
a
good.
absolute gift.
But I mean, before we go to the other games, I'm just gonna run down all of the injuries from this week.
Yeah,
Cooper Cup also goes down with an ankle and is expected to miss an extended period of time. Hit the IR, I think, already.
yeah.
That's not good. So now they're down Puka and Cooper Cup. And they've
hmm
also missed or lost multiple offensive linemen. I think 3 offensive linemen. I know it's at least 2, maybe 3. So the Rams are hurting bad. Debo
Yeah, that's a
Samuel.
big L for the season almost.
Debo Samuel has a calf. Well, yeah, I mean, I picked them to possibly. Well, I picked them too to win the division. I'm saying that right now, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
That's shot. Debo Samuel gets a strained calf and will sit out a couple games. Isaiah Pacheco, I believe, hit the IR and is expected to miss 6 to 8 weeks with a broken fibula. Kansas City just signed Kareem Hunt, brought him back. Kind of gonna look at a few different options for them, I guess, as to who's gonna take over the load. Hollywood Brown, also with the Chiefs, expected to miss probably the whole regular season due to needing
Mm-hmm.
surgery to repair his shoulder. Joe Mixon goes down during the game, but is not expected to miss considerable time. Probably going to be back next week, but who knows if that kind of re-aggravates. And then our A.J. Brown missed Monday night and is expected to miss a couple weeks due to his hamstring injury that he suffered at practice on Friday.
Yeah, it's
Not the greatest after watching that game Monday.
no.
But we'll get more into that later. All right. Went over the Bills, Dolphins. Bills look good. I mean, Dolphins didn't look good before Tua went down, especially
Right.
didn't look good after. Achane looked good. He had 165 yards and a touchdown, but I mean that was really the only person that did well. Tyreek, kind of mediocre game.
Absolutely.
Waddle. I mean, I'm surprised at how well this Bills defense is playing at times with all the missing parts they have from last year. I mean, Milano's gone, Poyer's gone.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Other ones in the secondary I can't think of right now, but I mean, Bills look better than I'd expected this year.
That's right.
I'll give that to you. I know you picked them to win.
I did pick them to win. And
Yeah.
looking at their division, the Jets did not do as good as we were hoping they were going to
Yeah.
do. And the Dolphins now with the Tua injury, they're in good shape to win this division now.
Yeah. No, definitely. Good. Maybe another surprise. The Saints destroy the Cowboys in Dallas, 44-19. I mean, it just started off from the races. Alvin Kamara with a nice touchdown run to start the game, and then finished off with 4 total touchdowns and 180 yards on 20 carries and 2 catches. I mean, just an unbelievable game from him.
The Saints have yet to trail in 2 games now.
And I think they've scored points on the first 15 drives of the season, or their
Yeah.
first 15. I mean, that's
Well,
just
I think they pulled Derek Carr in the end of the game, at the end of the first game, and
yeah.
they didn't score on their drives.
But
But
like the first
Derek
15
Carr has
actual,
15 consecutive drives they've scored points, which is absolutely incredible. I think the previous record was 9.
yeah.
So this is just
I think they scored touchdowns on the first 6 drives of this Cowboys game too, which is just an
crazy.
unbelievable rate.
Yeah, Rashid Shaheed getting another insane bomb touchdown, which, like,
Yeah.
is another. I believe, yeah, absolutely, is a rookie pickup that I think a lot of people didn't have fully on their radar.
Is he a rookie?
But
I didn't think he was. He might be. I'm not
I mean,
sure.
he was on my rookie tax for our dynasty.
Yeah, but you can put sophomores in that.
Cowboys took a fat L.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, we are going to be facing the Saints this coming week.
Yeah, I'm not. After Monday, I am scared
Mm-hmm.
because
Yeah, I'm
the
not
Saints
looking.
look better than I expected. I mean, the whole NFC South looks. I mean, I expected the Falcons look okay this year. Didn't expect the Saints to look bad, but didn't expect them to do this well. I mean, the Cowboys also have these games sometimes where they get like beat by a team that's like kind of mediocre.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, maybe. I mean, the Saints might end up. I mean, whether they beat us tonight or what, I mean, they might be like 4-2, 5-1 to start the season and be on a little fraud watch where they're able to beat their teams in the NFC South, like the Panthers,
Mm-hmm.
and then they show up against better teams and it's like, oh, they're actually not a good team. They just had a
I don't
good
know. I
game
mean,
against that. I
if
mean,
they pull off beating us and the Cowboys, it's like
yeah.
we're
Well, no,
and
I was more going on that if we beat them and then like their only wins and like their only one good
okay.
win is the Cowboys, where it's like the Cowboys do sometimes not that like other teams don't, but like the Cowboys sometimes I feel like lose to a random bad team for no reason. But I mean,
Yeah, Kamara's looking like Pete Kamara again. Derek Carr is slinging it like I don't think anybody went into the season thinking he still could.
yeah, he's been nuts.
So
I
good
mean,
for the Saints.
I
Hoping that it doesn't continue on to this week, but
I am surprised at how quiet Olave's been
yeah,
relatively compared to like I mean putting up huge games, huge scoring games. I don't think he has a touchdown yet.
mm-mm.
And I mean, but I mean maybe they just don't need to. I mean they've been up in all these games, so they haven't really had to pass as much. But I mean Carr has been throwing. Cowboys in this game, I mean rushing attack was pretty terrible. Zeke got 6 yards on 16 touches, or 16 carries. And I mean, Dowdle got 30 on 7, which is good. But I mean, it might be switching over to him, giving him more of the touches. I got Buccaneers upsetting the Lions in Detroit 20-16.
How about them Bucks? Another pick for Ty to win the division over the Falcons. I mean, the Falcons look good against us as well, but yeah, the Bucks are on a heater too. Like, dude, the Lions were the team of the NFC pretty much going into the season. I think some people had them over the Niners and us. And yeah, this Bucks offense it rolls. The Bucks defense is playing way better than we thought they were. I think they lost a few pieces that we thought were going to hurt them more. Baker's just doing Baker things, like just trucking guys on scrambles, and I think there's nice.
That one
first down Sally was beautiful. Like he's just fun to watch.
That one run he had where he juked out Rodrigo and just made him sit down, and then right after the next play, I'm pretty sure ran in for that 11-yard rushing touchdown. Mm-hmm. So he's feeling good. He's looking good. It was nice to see in this game Amon-Ra St. Brown kind of played a lot better. He had 11 catches on 19 targets for 119 yards. Did kind of start to wobble there and limp at the end of the game, but I think Dan Campbell said he'll be good. So just a soft tissue injury, he'll be all right, hopefully.
Okay.
Fingers crossed.
Good. I mean, 2016, not like a lot of action going on, but good win for the Bucks.
The one thing, I mean, Baker is looking good. Rashad White out of the gate the first 2 games has not been efficient. I mean, he had 11 yards on 10 carries. He wasn't really efficient last year, but he kind of made up for it with a lot of receiving work. But it's kind of looking like because there's gonna be games where they really need their rushing attack to do better, to sustain some of these drives and whatnot. So I'm gonna have to monitor that a little bit going forward.
We can do Seahawks Patriots was a bit of a slow one. Seahawks win 23-20 against the Patriots.
And
I didn't really have much on this game, other than I think Kenneth Walker was out this game, so Charbonnet played. Charbonnet did get a touchdown.
Didn't really do much other than that, though. Didn't.
No, I don't think
yardage wise.
Gino had a good game, 327 yards, 1 touchdown.
That's what I was gonna say. Like in this, DK Metcalf and JSN both showed up this game. Both had. I mean, they had 10 plus catches and over 115 receiving yards each. So really good games from them. Kind of. So I think everyone picked them to be, push Tyler Lockett aside this year. Tyler Lockett had a better first game, but this might be a lot to ask them to both get 10 plus, 100 plus each game. But I think we're probably going to be seeing more of this than the Lockett game.
As for the Patriots, I think their only real throwing or receiving threat was Hunter Henry, 8 catches over 109 yards. Antonio Gibson had 96 rushing yards, and Stevenson had 81. Stevenson had the majority of the carries, so I think Gibson just had one nice run.
Yeah. Did contemplate picking up Hunter Henry in a bunch of my fantasy leagues. At least the ones that I kind of could use. Well, most of them right now I kind of could use some tight end help. Did think about that, but I don't know how much I really trust Jacoby Brissett to keep going with that.
Yeah, not much on that game. My under hit with the Giants and Commanders. Yeah, like another
gross game.
Gross game indeed. Yeah, I believe the
Graham Gano got hurt to start the game. I mean, it's a funny game.
Because the final score was 21-18. Commanders won. The Commanders, you'd think, got 3 touchdowns, and look at the score. The Giants maybe got a touchdown, a few field goals. The Giants scored 3 touchdowns, went for the 2-point conversion 3 times because they didn't have I think their kicker was hurt before the game.
I think
they missed all 3.
I think they went for 2. I think the first one they tried to go with a backup kicker, and it didn't work.
No, I'm pretty sure off the rip they went 2-point conversion.
I thought when I was looking at the box score, it was just a 2.
But yeah, the Giants get 3 touchdowns, no extra points, no 2-point conversions. The Commanders get 0 touchdowns and all field goals. 7 field goals scored by the Commanders for a 21-18 win is absolutely insane.
The first quarter of the first one was a PAT fail.
But it was, okay.
This was the first game that a team has lost a game that they have scored 3 plus touchdowns and not allowed a single one in regulation. So that's just terrible.
It's a crazy stat.
It's also like 18 points. It's a lot of. It's 6 field goals or 21. That's 7 field goals. It's a lot of field goals to give up, but at least you can kind of be like, all right, the defense kept them out of the end zone every time. I mean, Washington kept getting in the red zone. I mean, some of it was their own fault with a bunch of penalties, but Giants defense was able to keep them out of the end zone for the most part. You just gotta hope that the the offense can do, could score one more time.
Yeah, I mean it's not something I think I'm happy about if I'm the Commanders. Like you beat probably the worst team in the NFL, arguably, and you couldn't get a single touchdown on them. So
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
not leaving this game too happy, other than like, hey, my kicker I think hit 250+ yarders.
yeah. That's something
So
like Jaden Daniels like didn't have a bad game, but he just like he obviously didn't get a passing touchdown in this game, so still has yet to get one. He does enough to like manage the game, and not really give the ball up that much, but he just
right,
hasn't shown any sort of flash. But I'm sure like that will, I mean, as he gets a little more comfortable in the NFL itself, probably get some more work and get better. But I mean, you'll take the win. Malik Neighbors got his first touchdown, right? Because he didn't get one in week 1, right? I knew he didn't do that.
no, Malik Neighbors did get his first touchdown. Had a good game too, actually.
Yeah, 10 catches, 127 yards, and a touchdown on 18 targets.
Not bad at all.
No.
If next we can talk about, I think maybe the last upset of this 1 o'clock slate, or not the last upset, the last big one was the Vikings 23, Niners 17. Wow, I mean, just the Niners looking like, I mean, obviously without Chris McCaffrey, but coming out of week 1, we didn't really think that'd be that big of a problem.
I mean, it still really is. I think Mason still had a decent game.
Yeah, no, Mason had 100 yards and a touchdown. Sam Darnold did like 268, 2 touchdowns, not bad, but like, dude, how the hell did the Niners let this happen? Like, honestly,
Some of the passes Darnold was making that game were pretty good. He was hitting guys like perfect times on the routes.
One was nice. But
yeah, there was
a 97-yarder.
Yeah, I think there was one to Naylor, I think it was, but like he threw it like way before Naylor even turned around for the ball, but just like knew where he was, put it dead on the money in a spotlight. I mean, it was like there was like two or three defenders like around in the area, but not like within like getting a hand on the ball. Like threw it perfect timing right before Naylor was going to turn around, turns around, catches it, and just sits down right there. I mean, who would have guessed that? I mean, it's only through 2 games, but Sam Darnold, it would be a top 10 QB in passing yards and top 3 in touchdowns. Boy's lighting up. He's making it easy work for Justin Jefferson getting that Offensive Player of the Year.
Yeah, I mean, Vikings are 2-0 right now.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, Eagles lost, Niners lost, Cowboys lost, Ravens lost. Bunch of the teams people would have picked to be, maybe, the Ravens lost for week 1. But teams that could have possibly been 2-0 or, top of the league in their respective conferences all go down this week.
Yeah, if you would have told me 3 teams were 2-0 in the NFC coming out of week 2, I don't think anyone would have betted than the Seattle Seahawks, the Buccaneers, and the Vikings.
Yeah, and then you have the Chargers 2-0 in the AFC. I mean, they played weaker teams, but still.
Ravens are 0-2. It's been a crazy first 2 weeks. Like you said, I think first time ever for your survivor pool bettors. Week 1, the biggest favorite lost, which was the Bengals losing to the Patriots, and then week 2, biggest favorite was Ravens versus the Raiders, and they lost. So a lot of survivor pool picks went out the drain. I survived week 1 and immediately lost week 2.
I won both weeks. That's why you pick you pick against the bad teams in the beginning. You don't pick the good teams early. I'm still in it, going strong. I'm real happy about this. I picked the Chargers this week. Basically, my plan is just to bet against the Panthers as long as I possibly can.
Yeah, that is a foolproof plan, it seems, at this point.
You pick against the worst teams in the league. So Panthers, Broncos, you throw the Giants in there. Just pick against these bad teams, so they're going to lose.
Right. Who we got next here? Speaking of Chargers beat the Panthers 26-3. Yeah,
Jim Harbaugh starts out with 2-0.
Yeah, good for him. Harbaugh starting out 2-0. It is a sad day to be a Panthers fan. Like, my God, your guy can't do anything.
84 yards.
84 yards, no touchdowns, interception.
I mean, we're getting on Josh Rosen type stat lines where he's 18 for 26, under 100 yards and an interception. And news came out this week that Andy Dalton is their new QB1, a new starter, which I think is just there's no way they can go back to him at this point. Unless Andy Dalton gets hurt, you can't put him back in.
Right. So that's the thing is benching him is just telling him he's done. Like how do you have your guy recover? I mean, I think the numbers he's putting up, it's bad to a point of like this could be just destroying his confidence. But at the same time, like
This is gonna be
if he's
worse.
the guy that we saw in college, he's like it's at some point it's gotta like click a little bit for him. But like no, like it's when you cut him or you bench him now and you pull out old ass Andy Dalton, it's like when do you put him back in? Like I said, say Dalton
You
doesn't get
can't.
hurt. Say Dalton doesn't get hurt. He's gonna put up at least slightly better
Yeah,
numbers than he is right now. So are they done with like Andy Dalton starts the rest of the year?
yeah. I
What
mean,
do they
it's.
like? What do they do?
I think you should at least waited until Brooks came back from injury and like maybe having a little bit of a rushing attack could have helped him out.
Yeah,
Helped him out like play action stuff like that. Because like now, like I don't really think because like if you take him out, you put Andy Dalton in, maybe you get a win or two, and he's playing better. Like the locker room's not going to appreciate you sitting the better quarterback for Bryce Young. Like, but you're like, are you really going to try and win games? Your team's still not good enough. Like, you'd rather just like leave him in there and like see if he works out. If he doesn't, you get the number one overall pick in the draft, and then you maybe take like a Quinn Ewers or a new QB and then let him go. I mean, this to me is giving a lot of Zach Wilson vibes in New York, where they pulled him out, ended up having to put him back in, and like the whole like the city hated him.
yeah.
Like
He doesn't want to be there
hated
anymore.
this, yeah, hated the city. So like it's not looking good. I mean, he's probably going to be somewhere else next year if I had to guess.
Yeah, but what value you getting for him? Like none,
Nothing, but
right?
you're clearly telling everyone that you don't see any value in him.
It's sad. Sad times. I think I've seen like tickets for Panthers games are going for I think under $40. Like,
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if they're going under 10. I mean,
yeah,
there's no way they're not even close to sold out. There's probably like maybe
no, yeah,
couple
it's
a
true.
handful of thousand people
I
in there.
just I said under 40 because I can't fathom buying a football
I
ticket
mean,
for.
I want to see if I can. I
But
mean,
yeah, while he's looking at the ticket price for a Carolina Panthers game for the Chargers, J.K. Dobbins has shown up for you guys, and it is honestly exciting to see. I liked him when he was in Baltimore, but he could not stay on the field. Just like ridden with injuries, like was blown. I think messed up his ACL twice. I'm not 100% if it was ACL, but like hurt his knee twice. Could like just anytime you went into the season thinking that this was like he was J.K. Dobbins was back this was the year. I think it didn't last a couple of weeks, and then he got hurt again. But we are seeing what he can do when healthy. I think this is his second week in a row with over 100 rushing yards and another touchdown on the board. He's lighting it up, and he's taking the one spot above Gus Edwards. Gus Edwards actually got more carries, 18 to 17, but 131 yards to Gus Edwards 59. So the guy is just breaking loose on some big plays. It's fun to see. Justin Herbert got 2 touchdown passes of Quentin Johnson, but not a big passing game, 130 total yards. Quentin Johnson only ended up with 51 and was their leading receiver.
I mean, it seems like they're just going to go to more of a running attack, which I mean,
I can't blame him.
smart. I mean, they don't really have the weapons around Herbert. I mean, we know he can throw the ball, but I mean, it seems like Harbaugh's just trying to find a way to win. He's
Right.
done it through 2 games. I did just look. The next home game for the Panthers, the tickets are $47. StubHub
Uh,
says there's high demand for them. There's no shot that's true.
yeah, I
Got
see those
it.
prices dropping around game time.
Those are gonna, yeah. Was it? I think their owner's Tepper, whatever. Like he must just be like giving them money, be like, hey, say it's in high demand, or just buying them
Yeah.
himself because there's no way those tickets are going fast.
People are excited to see Andy Dalton, guys.
The only reason why I would think they'd be selling is because Cincinnati's coming to town, so at least you get to see a good team.
Yeah.
But that's just ridiculous.
I think the first miss pick that we're covering, is Colts versus Packers.
Poopy game.
Guys,
Poopy game.
it may be time to admit AR might not be the guy.
Green Bay does have a good defense.
Yeah, but dude, he's like
They
other
didn't
than
look
like I
good,
think
but
he's had 2 good passes.
they look sweet.
Like he had 2
They look
perfect
sweet.
deep balls, but that is literally all he has done. He has the worst completion percentage in the league. I think it's 49 or
Yeah,
41.
it's not good. It's not good.
It's not looking good for the guy. He lost to a Packer or a Jordan Loveless Packers. Yes, their defense is solid, but it doesn't look
Yeah,
good.
I just have him in fantasy football, and I would like for him to do well for my own benefit. And then
Ryan,
after
I
this,
need some unbiased takes here. I need
no, he's bad.
honesty from you.
I will be honest, he is not good.
Oh
He
man,
does have just a ton of raw talent that hopefully they can figure out.
hold
It's
on,
just,
his
I mean,
numbers up, but
those short and medium passes need to get better. I mean, like I said,
204 yards, 1 touchdown, 3 interceptions. Doesn't have a receiver over 56 yards. Alex Pierce with 56. But I mean, Pittman Jr. is a solid wide receiver, and he's getting 3 targets for 21
yeah, no,
yards.
it's
Like,
like he doesn't really have any excuse. He has Jonathan Taylor and Michael Pittman. No excuses.
yeah, I mean, other than that, like obviously Green Bay defense played really well. 3 interceptions is
And then they
a
just
solid stat line to have.
ran the ball. I mean, Jacobs had 32 rushes for 151 yards. They
Yeah.
knew they didn't have a quarterback that could throw the ball. They just said, "Hey, you're gonna throw it maybe 15 times." Threw it for 14. So like, just don't give it up. Don't throw a pick.
Mm-hmm.
Don't fumble the ball. Just get us down the field.
Yeah.
We're gonna make this a game that we only need to score, 18 points. They scored 16, kept Indy to 10. It's probably gonna be what their game plan is the rest of this. Well, the rest of the
Yeah.
time that Love's out.
Yeah. Feed Josh Jacobs. I mean, the guy can do it. 150 is no joke.
Yeah, no, I mean that's a lot of carries, but still, I mean
Yeah, absolutely.
yards per carry almost probably like 4.5, 4.7. So I mean it's still good stat line.
You want to take over because I don't have which game started when on my list here.
Yeah, neither do I. I just have them in random orders. We talk about Aaron Rodgers getting his first win as a QB or starting QB for the New York Jets as they beat the Titans 24-17. Yeah, I mean, if you thought Will Levis was going to get better after that first week, really didn't. Had another really bad turnover as he threw the ball backwards, trying to avoid taking a sack, and it went backwards and got scooped up by the defense.
And for all you lip readers out there, we got the coach saying, "What the f are you doing?" to him, which is like I'm pretty sure they interviewed him after the game. He's like, "Yeah, I mean, you guys kind of caught it pretty clear. Like, I don't know what the hell he was thinking with that play." He has moments of looking good, but this is the second game in a row with like, I mean, last one was in the red zone. I think last one was on their own in their own half. But you're in the red zone. You can get 3 points here, make it a closer game. Do a shuffle pass while you're 2 inches off the ground
Yeah,
to the running back's knee. You're doing it backwards, so it's officially a fumble if he doesn't catch it. Like it's a bonehead play. I mean, like you say, he's kind of just thinking in his mind. I think that like I'm this athlete, like I'm a boss. I'm a beast from college. Like these kind of plays will like end up on a highlight reel, and it ends up being like
yeah.
your biggest fault now is you keep giving up these like bonehead turnovers.
And like with that one, like you're throwing it backwards, like there's a chance a running back gets tackled behind when you threw the ball. So like
Right.
you could be losing even more yards than if you just took the sack. Let alone the
Yeah.
possibility of what happened where you fumble and then it gets picked up by the defense. Like just take the sack, take that one bad play and keep moving forward. You don't need to like make it worse for yourself by losing the ball.
And then that Brees Hall, Braylon Allen, I think was he the youngest player in the NFL or the youngest player to like do something? I forget.
I think
I
youngest
think
player
might
to
have
score a
been the
touchdown or
youngest player to
something.
score a touchdown
Yeah.
in the NFL. He's 20 years old. Braylon Allen, Jets' second running back, 20 years old, got a touchdown in the NFL behind Brees Hall. I mean, the running game for Brees Hall, 14 carries, 62 yards. Allen had 33 yards on 7 carries. But, yeah, I mean, he got a receiving touchdown. Oh, he got a receiving and a rushing touchdown.
Yeah. 2 catches,
Yeah,
23
okay.
yards. I mean, he had a good game. I don't know. I mean, Brees Hall's a workload back. I don't think they're going to kind of take really that many touches away from him. But, I mean, at least they know they have a good backup behind them. Rodgers still kind of not really
Mid-game.
playing. Yeah, not really playing to his standards that we saw.
18 for 30, not the best.
And I mean, it seems like he really just has yet to find. I mean, Garrett Wilson should be a good receiver, but he has kind of yet to kind of connect with him on a consistent basis. It's only been 2 games, so we'll see.
I mean, I've kind of convinced myself this because of the Eagles' loss too. Like, if they had the Eagles won, I wouldn't be in this mindset of like, it is week 2. Like,
Yeah.
we shouldn't like make our decision
Judge, yeah.
on what team is gonna like. I, for the life of me, don't think that the Seattle Seahawks, the Vikings, and the Bucks are gonna be leading the NFC.
Yeah.
come the end of the season. Like first two games don't determine the season, obviously, but yeah, I mean the Jets could turn around. Aaron Rodgers could, like we said, we're seeing them. They got to win without a real connection with Garrett
Yeah,
Wilson yet. So and Brees Hall hasn't had a big game for him yet either.
that what rounds out our 1 o'clock games. Into Jacksonville as Cleveland takes down the Jags 18-13. It's a pretty low scoring game in this one, so there's really not much to say. I mean, I'm kind of questioning Deshaun Stone really not looking great, and Amari Cooper is really getting nothing. I didn't watch too much of the game, but he had 8 targets and only 3 catches. I don't really know what that was about. I mean, kind of assuming most of that is on Deshaun maybe throwing uncatchable balls, but
yeah, I'd have to assume that Amari Cooper did have 5 drops. Like that probably is.
Yeah, it's
getting bad throws.
Getting a little frustrating there. Jaguars not looking good through the first 2 weeks either themselves. I mean, projected to be possibly one of the better teams this season.
Mm-hmm.
Starting 0-2 is not a good look.
No, I mean their rookie wide receiver is looking pretty solid. Had his one positive, Brian Thomas Jr. I think he didn't get a touchdown today, but 2 games with a good stat line. 2 catches for 94 yards. I didn't realize it was only just 2 catches.
Yeah, I mean he only got 4
yards.
He only got 4 targets. So he didn't get looked at that much either. But like you said,
crazy.
Still,
anyone really did. So yeah, not the best game. Definitely a slow one.
Then Etienne's not really. He kind of went off a lot last season. He only had 13 carries in this game, but he only had 52 yards, and did
get a touchdown.
Yeah.
Yeah, boring game from the Jags. What do you got next? What do you want to do next for the 4 o'clock?
Upset Raiders take down the Ravens in Baltimore 26-23. As we mentioned, Baltimore falls to 0-2. Kind of surprised. Minshew had a pretty good game. 30 of 38 for 276 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Pretty good game from him there.
Yeah, 30 for 38 is a solid.
Zamir White could not really get going, and I don't think he's really going to be able to get going this season. So they're probably gonna have a rough time in the backfield and just gonna have to throw the ball a lot, which might bode well for Devontae Adams and Brock Bowers both getting 9 catches this game. Adams got over the 100-yard marker, got a touchdown. Brock did not get in the end zone, but still got almost 100 yards, got 98.
Yeah.
Definitely, a good sight from the rookie tight end.
Absolutely.
I said Ravens didn't really have much to talk about. I mean, Derrick Henry, he's not there yet to where he usually is. He still had 84 rushing yards and a touchdown, but not those big 150-yard games we're expecting from him, which might be a little too much to expect, but.
I mean, they got Zay Flowers involved a little more, 91 yards and a touchdown, which was nice to see.
Yeah,
they're using. This wasn't was on this bandwagon too, thinking that like Mark Andrews' job's over. Isaiah Likely is the tight end now. Mark Andrews, they can put him on the bench, put him in for run plays, but Isaiah Likely's the guy. Mark Andrews had 4 catches, 51 yards, not huge, but Likely only had 2 for 26. Definitely not the game not the consistency from week 1 that I was hoping to see.
No. I don't really know what to say about them. They'll be better. Just struggling for the first 2 games. Might have been a little too focused on the Chiefs and how that game ended and, let that pass over into this week. We got Cardinals beating up on the Rams 41-10. Cardinals got up quick. Kyler got 2 touchdowns to Marvin Harrison Jr. to go 14-0 halfway through the first quarter. I mean, what they maybe forgot about the first week, they definitely didn't forget this week. He 4 catches, 130 yards, and 2 touchdowns. He showed it all out today or this weekend.
Didn't he? I think he had pretty much all of that in the first quarter too.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, he had those 2 touchdowns right away that were a bulk of them. I think the second one was like a 60-yarder. The first one might have been like 20.
Right, but I'm saying I don't think they really even targeted him after the half.
Yeah, Kyler did have 4 incompletions. I'm pretty sure all 4 of them were to Marvin Harrison Jr., which I think he said in the post game that he was, he's upset with. He's like Kyler only had 4 incompletions. They're all to me. I got to fix that.
Yeah.
Which would have been kind of cool to see Kyler go 21-21.
Yeah, sure.
Good day by him. 266 yards and 3 touchdowns.
Mm-hmm.
James Conner got in the end zone again with a rushing touchdown, 122 yards. And we kind of spoke about the state of the Rams with all the injuries. They're gonna have some tough sledding.
Yeah, this was another one of my picks from last week. I had the Rams plus 1.5, thinking that this was a shoe, and it was a pick me game. And yeah, I picked the wrong team for sure. The Cardinals blew them out very early on, and there was pretty much no hope going forward.
Cardinals might be legit.
They might be legit,
Go on
which is
to
crazy to say. Never thought that.
go on to the game. No one wanted to watch. Steelers beat the Broncos in Mile High Stadium, 13-6. My under 36.5 points cashed easily,
Yeah,
as I
crazy.
didn't even get to 20. Like I said, I didn't expect really anyone to score here. Steelers did get one touchdown. Not much. Justin Fields is doing enough to win the games, but not really much more than that. I think they're probably waiting for Russ to get back. Maybe light up that offense.
I mean, I hope so. I have George Pickens on two teams, and the guy gets more pass interferences than I think anybody in the league right now, which doesn't show up in the fantasy stat
Nope,
line.
you don't get
But
help
like,
with
if
that.
you're watching these games, this guy is literally burning the receiver, or the DB off the rip, and as soon as he goes up, like a safety comes in and hits him early, and he has probably 200 something pass interference yards right now in the first 2 weeks. But cannot, like, they won't let him catch the ball. It's the most frustrating thing watching.
That is the worst one. Like you see an easy play, and you're like, all right, sweet, I get a bunch of points here, and then the cornerback just throws them. You're like, oh, well, I'm not getting any of that. And now
Yeah,
the
like
offense is up
you
here.
should get rewarded with if your wide receiver gets a PI call on him. Like, it's
Would be
bullshit.
interesting.
Like that, he got them all those yards. It's the most frustrating thing to see in fantasy. But yeah, I mean, Steelers 13, Broncos 6. Really not much more to this game than the score.
Yeah, Bo Nix still bad. Now we move on to the Chiefs, escaping with a win against the Bengals, 26-25. Burrow had a good game, threw 2 touchdowns. Chase kind of still a little light, only 4 catches on 35 yards.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, like I said, Burrow was able to throw their ball around a little bit and get them where they needed to be. But then you get that
hot game.
Yeah. But then you get that late game defensive penalty on the Bengals to let the Chiefs win. I mean, you could debate if it was pass interference or not. It's still kind of hard for me to tell because like he was going for the ball, but it was really early. I mean, Mahomes struggled though, threw 2 picks. One was on him. Other one was a good play.
Yeah.
Taylor Brick caught it one-handed, was sick.
I was
especially
say,
after
probably the best catch of the season thus far. It was absolutely insane.
Yeah, especially after he talked all that shit in the pregame and stuff like that about like Worthy, like what he just runs fast.
Yeah, he's fast. That doesn't make a wide receiver. And to get that pick and Worthy to get 2 catches for 17 yards.
Yeah.
A lot of people were shitting on him for saying that, and then
He showed.
I
Yeah.
mean, ball don't lie. Like,
Yeah.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
That was a really cool moment.
Yeah. They did lose, but you can't really clown on him when he does that.
No, absolutely.
But it is. I mean, Travis Kelce's struggling through the first 2 games, and now with Pacheco hurt, it kind of looks like their offense might have some issues.
Yeah, they may be stalling. Like I said, Pacheco put up 90 yards for them. What's to say their second running back right now is Carson Steele, but they did pick up Kareem Hunt. I don't see either of them really.
Well, it's going to be either them or Samaje Perine. I mean, I don't see any of them being nearly what Pacheco is for him.
Right.
So it's still, I mean, it's going to be tough no matter what. And like I said, I don't know what's going on with Kelce. He's just, I don't know if the age is getting to him or what, but that would be a pretty hefty drop off.
And that'll take us to our Sunday night game.
Yes, sir.
Bears versus Texans. Texans do get the win, 19-3. Not, like I said, obviously not a high-scoring game. Caleb Williams does a little better with 174 yards, but he does throw 2 interceptions. DJ Moore, leading receiver, 53 yards. Adunze only down to 33. I think Adunze did get hurt in this game, too.
Well, he was hurt going into the game, so that might have helped.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, yeah, I think, he was hurt going into the game. I thought fucking, what's his name? What's the receiver?
Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen would have a better game, and I think he ended up being the one that was cleared out before the game.
Yep. So they didn't get him. Like we said, Joe Mixon kind of got banged up in this game, but he should be fine.
DeAndre Swift held to 18 yards on 14 carries.
Yeah, it's
not good.
I mean, their offensive line is not really looking that good. I mean, it doesn't make it any better or easier for Caleb either, throwing the ball.
Right.
So I think I expect better from him. I think he'll be all right. Then we can go into our pain. Birds lose to the Falcons 21-22. I mean, the defense is just looking terrible.
Yeah,
The pass rush is
I was gonna
god
say I kind of
awful.
want to cut it to the pass rush. With like the DBs held their own for as long as they could, but if any solidified quarterback is getting time and not having to be rushed to throw the
Yeah,
ball, like you're gonna be able to eat up some cornerbacks. Pretty much any D backs in the league
you
are
can't
like
cover that
they
long.
rely on the pass rush getting there and forcing pressures. But yeah, I mean we pick up Bryce Huff. He's got zero pass pressures.
He's got like zero everything. He is
But
his
pass
he
pressures they're pretty
yeah
lenient. Like if you come within 5 yards of the guy, you get a pressure.
yeah. But I mean he's matching his jersey number of 0. It's not looking good. I mean even Josh Sweat is 0 so far this season. He's just I mean I don't know what's going on with those two. And I mean even like the run defense is also bad. Like that whole defensive line just needs to wake up. I mean we got one good half last week against Josh Jacobs and then he tore through us in the second half. And then this whole game, Bijan just ran all over us. I don't know what's
It's
going
hard
on
to
there.
watch. The offense looked good. Like overall, like I said, Saquon had a good game, 95 yards, didn't get in the end zone, but like Jalen didn't do bad. Honestly, like it came down to that final drive, which 34 seconds is a shit situation to put him in.
Yeah, I'm not really gonna. It
But like,
was
yeah, I mean, you don't need to throw. You don't need a force in there. Like that ball to Devontae was forced. You
yeah
didn't need to make it there. Like take the incompletion, try to get another play going. You still had a timeout,
yeah. Or like hit a guy in the flat.
but interception. Take that out. Jalen Hurts delivers a perfect ball to Saquon. If that's caught, it's game over. We win, and nobody's talking about this game or Jalen
Yeah,
negatively at all.
or just like
So
I like yeah like that. Like Saquon dropped it, but like 3rd and 3, just run the ball.
yeah, absolutely. I
Like
completely agree.
we could have done
The
we
issue,
could have done 2 back-to-back tush pushes and got it. Like
yes,
run the ball there, and like the thing I don't get is like why do we choose there to kick the field goal, giving them like a minute and a half when we chose to
mm-hmm.
go for it early in the game. Like
When this was going
when
on,
you
I said
choose
the
to go
same
for it
thing.
early, go for it then. Like we were still because like my thought we're up 3. Like even if we don't get it, like it's probably like they're probably gonna just go down there and try and get a field goal. Like I mean,
Right.
they might get lucky and get like a deep ball and get a touchdown. You kicking the field goal, you force them to go for a touchdown, and then if they like
If they do get it, they win.
almost either way, getting the field goal or not getting the field goal. If they get a touchdown, they win because all
Right.
they need is the extra point. Why not just go for it and if anything, leave them within like the 10-yard line and have to push the whole field that way? Like they're going for
Right.
that field goal to me is so meaningless and so pointless.
Even it, like you said, if they convert on that fourth down,
Game's
the
over.
game's over. They either are getting the first down and they're running the clock, or they get the touchdown and we win the game. So it's game over. Like that ices the game. We're up 3. Ices the game with a touchdown. 2 possession drive. It's done. Or like you said, they miss it and we're up 3. And I was saying the same thing. If they're only down 3, they're gonna be playing the sideline
Yeah,
for the field goal. They're not going for the deep ball. When you force them to go for a touchdown, the touchdown wins it. There's
yeah,
no tie. You have if you go for it, you have the chance of getting the touchdown to win the game. And if you don't get it, they're gonna go for a field goal. Then you get a chance of overtime to win the
yeah,
game. Whereas this one, you're giving them the ball to go for a touchdown, and then they win. Like
yeah.
that's
With
it.
way
Like
with
it's
way too much time. Like if there was like 40 seconds on the clock, I'd be like, all right, that's one thing. But there was like
yeah,
a minute 40. It's like you can't do that.
yeah. Especially with the way our pass rush, like again, our defense wasn't looking that great. So it was frustrating. Like I said, I'm not putting too much on like that play call because obviously looking at it, like yeah, you run the ball, you probably get it, but like we should have got it there. It was a good play call to draw. Like Saquon was open. If he pulls in that perfect ball from Hurts, if he
Yeah.
pulls that in, it's game over. Like
What's
it was a well
yeah.
delivered ball.
I don't like hate the play call as much either. It's just going for the field goal. 'Cause like, all right, even he drops it, then just run the ball there.
Yeah,
Like run the ball on 4th down. I don't know. It's tough. Hopefully we get some. And they get. It sucks is like that's Sirianni's call. It's like, dude, what are you doing? But we can move into week 3 and our picks. If you want to start with the first 1 o'clock game.
or what about Thursday night?
Oh yeah, Thursday. Yeah, I kind of forgot about Thursday.
So yeah, we're talking about Thursday. We're not gonna make any picks on it because I don't know. This episode probably won't come out prior to the game. Thursday we have Patriots versus Jets. Patriots, I guess, that are kind of being a sneaky team right now. They obviously beat the Bengals when the Bengals were banged up. I think the Jets should win this game. I think that I don't have the betting up right now. Let's see the spread.
Jets are -6 over under 38.5. That's what
Jets -6, 38.5. I don't know if I'd be confident taking the -6 here.
No, well, one stat I also saw, which kind of I kind of wish I didn't see it because it made me kind of second guess a lot of picks this week, is that I think it's either five or like every dog that's like favored against by it's either 5 or 6 points or more has covered the spread so far through 2 weeks.
Oh well, that hurts one of my picks as well.
Yeah, so I was trying to avoid that with my dog or with my favorite, and I might have scared myself too much.
Time to cover deep into all the games, but Jets -6 over under 38.5. I probably would be saying Patriots +6 here, and honestly, maybe even leaning the under on 38.5.
I mean, I think I'd probably lean the under. I think I still might take the Jets at -6 just because maybe they figure it out, maybe they get it going. Yeah, I mean, I could still see them winning by a touchdown, so I wouldn't. So even with that stat not in mind, I still probably would take it.
First game I have on the 1 o'clock slate here is Broncos at Tampa Bay. Jeez, I can't stop burping here. Bucks -6.5. Over under is 40.
Yep.
And this is my first pick. I am taking the Bucks -6.5 here. Don't like the Bucks do find a way to score. The Broncos haven't exactly been able to score. So I don't like the over though. I would probably say -6.5 for the Bucks, but I probably would be leaning on the under.
Yeah.
Because we've seen the Bucks. We've seen White do well. We've seen Mike Evans do well, and then this week we've seen Chris Godwin do well. They had this kind of someone's going to step up and be the guy every single week, and I think that's going to keep flowing. I know the Broncos D isn't bad, but I think they can hold 6.5.
Yeah, that was one of the ones I was thinking about, and I was also like trying to find an over. I was like, it's a low number, but at the same time, like you said, like with Denver's defense being as good as it is, and their offense being as bad as it is, it's like I don't think Denver can score enough to kind of stick with them and help them get that over. And I don't think Tampa Bay is good enough to get that all by themselves against this defense.
Right, like Tampa Bay is not scoring more than 30 points.
Yeah,
for sure, and that's what I think they would need more than 30 to cover a 40 point spread.
All right,
so that's it for that game.
Yep.
Do you have Trevor's picks lined up so in case we go to that game?
Yep.
All right, I have Chargers Pittsburgh next. Chargers in Pittsburgh. Steelers are -1.5 favorite here.
This game.
Is there news about Russ coming back?
Not that I know of. Let me see.
I'm shocked that the Steelers are a favorite in this game. Then I know it's in Pittsburgh.
Oh my.
But I would be leaning towards Chargers being the favorite of this game.
Well, yes and no. I mean, the Chargers have beaten pretty bad teams so far, and it's like the Steelers have a great defense. Wouldn't be surprised to see them.
One touchdown scored.
Yeah, no, that's definitely true.
they can't score right now.
Yeah. I mean, but this is like one of the games where I can almost see the Steelers winning like 12-6, just all field goals. Trevor does. He has the under, which he got at 35.5. So he has Chargers at Pittsburgh under 35.5.
Okay, I mean I like that.
Yeah, like I said, I think it's probably going to be a pretty defensive game.
Pittsburgh's defense is just elite enough that they can hold it to a low score. The game I'm most afraid of. Eagles at New Orleans. Saints are a -2.5 favorite, which I kind of expected them to be the favorite going before I even looked. But 49.5 is the total point. I don't have this game as a pick. The only one I'm confident about here is the over.
That's what Trevor picked. Trevor picked the over 49.5. I'm also I'm not touching the Eagles at +2.5 because the Saints look good and we did not. I mean, they said we'll see how it goes. I do think the Eagles can and will win, but I don't feel confident enough to pick that.
Yeah.
The over I do like. Still decided not to go with that. I don't want to touch Eagles games for a little while.
Yeah, I'm in that mindset. I really don't want to touch an Eagles game.
I've lost 2 straight. Both weeks I've lost 1 pick betting on the Eagles games. I'm just going to stay away. Just be able to root for the game, root for the Eagles
to win.
Yeah, don't have to worry about anything else rooting wise. I mean, I'll still bet on the game, but for our
Yeah, we're
picks. So
still
I'm
gonna
gonna
bet, but we're not gonna waste a pick on it.
yeah no.
So Trevor took the over at 49.5. If I had to pick one, I'd lean towards Eagles plus 2.5 because I would love to see
Yeah.
them. Like we have the pieces. It's just a matter of getting the system in motion together. So you don't really. That's a tough one
Yeah.
because you don't know when that's gonna happen.
Well, and like you said, like our run defense has been pretty bad, so I'm scared that Kamara is gonna just run all over us.
Next on the slate, I have the Giants at Cleveland. Cleveland is a -6.5 favorite here, and the over/under is 38.5.
That's like I know the Giants are bad, but that seems like too many points for Cleveland to be favored by. They're also pretty bad.
Their offense isn't moving well at all.
No.
The Giants proved that they can get touchdowns last week against a really bad Commanders defense. Browns don't have as bad of a defense as the Commanders do, so I could see them getting at least one touchdown to Neighbors. I don't know.
It's like I probably would lean towards Cleveland here.
Yeah, I think so too.
Very slightly, and probably the under because I don't think Cleveland's offense is good enough to score that much. And kind of like you said, I don't really think the Giants are going to get more than one touchdown.
Yeah,
but it's a low over under total.
It is, but I'm not touching it. I just said I would probably say under and Cleveland -6.5. We have Houston in Minnesota. Houston Texans are a 2-point favorite, and the over/under is 46. Does anybody have anything for this one?
I got the over. I'll take the over
There it
46. Thought about.
I don't hate it. I do not hate it.
Minnesota's 2-0. And Houston's won some of these, won their first two games, but kind of slightly.
Mm-hmm.
After I lost on them week 1, 2.5 against the Colts, kind of didn't really want to pick them, but both offenses have been playing pretty well. Other than last week with Houston only getting 19, I think they both do kind of average out to hit this over. So that was kind of my reasoning for that. Just two decent offenses. Not bad defenses, but not great. So
no, but the offenses are leading. No Mixon probably this week for Texans.
No, I think they said he still might play. It's kind of up in the air.
Okay.
Either way, I think the Houston offense is fine.
Yeah, if I had to pick one, I would probably say Houston -2 and the over. So I don't hate your pick here. I do have something in this next game though. Green Bay at Tennessee.
I got Tennessee -2 over under 38.
You have Tennessee -2. I have Packers +2 here.
That's just no. I mean that's my pick. I just meant that's the spread.
Okay, yeah. I took the Packers +2 here. Yeah, over under 38. I think Tennessee's just they shoot themselves in the foot, and Green Bay has proven that even without Love, they can get the offense going enough that they can put up points. It's in Tennessee, but yeah, I'm counting out these Titans here.
I thought about also taking them +2, but then I was like, I don't want to put my money on Malik Willis, which like we said, he's probably not going to be utilized that much. But if I lose because Malik Willis has 2 picks, I'm going to be I knew I shouldn't have done that.
I'm more putting my money into Josh Jacobs here than I am Malik Willis, but no, I see what you're saying.
My picks this week, or at least my favorite, my dog, are just picking teams I think have either good offense or just a good team overall. Just hoping that they'll win out.
So yeah, I obviously have Green Bay +2 here and 38. I probably would lean.
That's a close one.
That is a good spread.
I almost wanted to say under because I think it might be like a 2017 and just barely hit that under.
I like the under as well. The Bears at Indianapolis. I have a pick on this game too.
So do I.
The Colts are -1.5 and the spread is 43.5. And I took the under.
SNA! Let's go.
Hey, let's go. Yeah, this is a big under game. After getting the stats I saw about Anthony Richardson and then looking at it going against the Bears defense, I don't think the Colts are going to put up many points, if any, this week. And I don't have faith in Caleb Williams and the Chicago offense to put up 40.
My only fear
is they need to do over 20, and I don't think either of them are getting 20 points.
My only fear is that that Chicago has 3 pick sixes and scores 30 points.
Yeah. I think I would put my money on a Chicago touchdown, a Chicago defense touchdown.
Yeah, but at the same time, even if they get that, they'd still have to put up some points by Indy, which I don't think is enough.
All right, so me and Ryan both riding the under here. -1.5. It's a pick game. I might be leaning the Bears here.
I think I would lean the Bears here as well, just because I think they, as a team, are a little bit better. And
Yeah.
like we've seen them win against Tennessee, where it's like, all right, I think Caleb's good enough where he will like just like keep hold of the ball and not really lose it in ways Will Levis does. So I think he could kind of do enough to get the win behind the defense.
Yeah. Then I'm looking at Carolina Panthers at Las Vegas. The Raiders are -5-point favorite, and the over/under is 40.
There's a good chance I pick Las Vegas in my survivor pool,
Yeah.
but it's just I definitely don't trust Vegas -5 because I mean I would if Dalton wasn't in, but like that scares me a little bit with him being a vet, but he is getting pretty old now, so he might be a little rusty after not playing. But they did just take down the Ravens.
Yeah, they did.
Like I said, I'm leading here. I'm leading Vegas, but it's still, I think it might be a little too many points for them.
With Young not playing, I wouldn't be happy taking Raiders -5 here just because you don't know what Andy Dalton's gonna be able to do. I don't know what a competent quarterback looks like in this offense right now.
Yeah, I still don't think it helps him out.
One.
I don't think it helps him out enough to get the win, but it might help him out to maybe lose
Get
by
some
3.
I'm not gonna make it one of my picks, but I would if I had to choose one. I would be leading Raiders.
The over under is where it's questionable. I mean, it's low. It's at 40.
I'd probably say under.
I might just say over because I mean, I'd probably still. I think there's a chance Vegas scores like 28, and then Dalton's able to get 2 touchdowns in there.
I don't know. 28's a lot, I think, for the Raiders.
I mean, they got 23 against the Ravens.
Yeah.
That's my only. Like, that's basically my reason is like they did it against a better team, so maybe they can do it against the worse.
Dolphins at Seattle. Dolphins obviously without Tua. So Seattle is 2-0. So Seattle is -4.5 favorites in Seattle.
Miami did pick up Tyler Huntley this week.
Oh shit! Yeah, I did see that. I mean, Huntley's looked good in the past, but I don't know.
Pretty sure he's a former Pro Bowler.
He was actually at the Ravens that year.
Yeah, you're right. It's so dumb that's a thing, but he is.
That is crazy. What a down year that must have been.
I really hope they put that on the graphic. Like, former Pro Bowler Tyler Huntley coming into the.
Yeah, Seattle's -4.5, and the over/under is 41.5.
I mean, I'm picking Seattle with this because like I said, Miami didn't look good against the Bills, even with Tua. So I can't imagine they're going to look that good without him. And I mean, Seattle's at least a competent team where I think they can go out there and get that win.
I'm gonna kind of contradict you here. I think if you're a quarterback coming to a new team, I think your mindset is really like, look at the options I have here. So I kind of in my mind I was like, he's gonna force feed Tyreek.
Oh, yeah, that's true. Just say fuck it, I ball. Tyreek, go get me a contract somewhere.
Tyreek just run and just heave it as long as he could. Like I could see Tyreek having a bomb here.
That is a good point. And McDaniels might just script up plays where it's like, hey, you don't even have to throw the ball. Just hand it off to Tyreek and let him run.
Yeah.
So they might just
fast, though. Run some options too with
A-Chain. I mean, dude, just a triple option with A-Chain and Tyreek Hill. With a possible reverse to Waddle and just like, we're not even gonna throw the ball. We're just gonna run. We're gonna run the Air Force triple option.
Yeah, running double options wide receivers and red. I mean, they could cook up some crazy shit here.
That's a good point.
I'm taking Dolphins +4.5 and probably the over.
I think you convinced me. I would also go Dolphins +4.5. That convinced me.
Panthers is 4:00. Dolphins are 4:00, and another 4:00 is our Niners against the Rams. This is gonna be a shit pumping.
Yeah.
And that's sad to say because I do like the Rams, but I think you could hammer this 7 points for the Niners here.
Yeah, I think that's pretty fair. I'm not either. Mainly just because they lost to Minnesota. I mean, I agree with you. I would pick them. I would pick them -7, but I'm not picking them for this. Just because, I mean, Stafford's still good. McVay's still good. I could see them just, somehow squeaking a touchdown in there late to get it close. But I don't.
Yeah, but I don't think a touchdown's going to make it close.
I meant like being
coming off of a bad loss.
I didn't mean like scoring. I didn't mean like scoring in a single touchdown. I meant like they could like squeak in like another touchdown off of what they had. I still think it's probably a pretty safe bet to pick the Niners.
Niners and 44.5.
Like I said, I might just go. I mean, I'm kind of going against myself here, but I'd probably go under just because I don't think the Ravens or the Rams score that much, missing like 2 or 3 offensive linemen and 2 starting wide receivers.
I honestly think if anything, the Niners are going to could get that on their own. But
that's a good point.
I'm gonna say under and the Niners, and then we have. I think this is my last pick. This will be my 4th pick. Lions at Arizona. Lions are still a favorite with -3, even though it's in Arizona, and Arizona just walloped on the Cowboys, right? I messed that up.
No, the
Who did
Niners just
Arizona? No, that
lost.
was the Saints. Who did Arizona just? Oh, the Rams.
Yeah,
I was trying
so,
to think about who the Arizona just balled out against.
or the Lions lost to Tampa Bay.
The Cardinals +3, and it's in Arizona. Points are 51.5. 51.5 is not enough. This game is going to be high scoring, if you ask me, and I'm taking the over.
Give me Kyler and Marvin Harrison Jr. and Arizona +3. I think they keep it close.
Ayo.
Like I said, I'm picking that. I think their offense is looking good. I think they maybe come out of here with a win. We saw Detroit lose to Tampa Bay. I think Arizona's a better team than Tampa Bay. So give me Arizona
What a
+3.
huge win. The Cardinals taking down the Lions?
No, the Cardinals took down the Rams. They look
You have them
disgusting.
taking down the Lions, is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
Lions. Yeah, I don't know. I thought you said Saints. I got these teams are all mixing in my head.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's another upset for against the Lions.
Oh, that'd be crazy. I'm definitely hitting you over. I think they're gonna put up so many points, but
Yeah,
you're taking the Cardinals. This is gonna be a
Yeah.
fun game to watch, right?
yeah.
Woo!
I think it'll be a close
I
game,
hope
but
they
I
do.
think
That'd
I
be
think
crazy.
because I mean Arizona should have beaten the Bills in Week 1.
Yeah.
So I mean I think they kind of figured stuff out. They're gonna beat Detroit.
Last 4 o'clock game, another doozy. Baltimore Ravens at Dallas. Ravens are a 1-point favorite.
And basically a pick 'em.
Yeah. And it's a 48.5 point total.
This is gonna be a good game. I hope.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun one. I do not know. Both these teams have not looked to what they were expected to be.
Yeah, I don't think anyone really would have guessed that these teams would be going into this game combined 1-3.
Yeah, it's insane. I think just because it's in. I mean, they lost their home opener last week.
Yeah, I mean I still because I think this. I mean the Saints did destroy him, but I think the Saints are better than the Raiders.
The Ravens.
So, no, like better than the Raiders, and the Raiders beat the Ravens. So it's like, all right, like the teams
gotcha.
like you guys got beat by, I think, yeah, it was like by the completely different margin. But I still think that the Cowboys are a good team. I think I'd pick them.
I'll say the Ravens can get a dub here. I don't know. I just think the losing to the Raiders. I like both the teams that they lost to. Yes, I agree. I think the Saints are probably better than the Raiders, but the Saints beat the Cowboys. I mean, yes, if you look at the margins, I just think I like the Ravens putting it together, and like Derrick Henry, that last game showed me is that they can feed Zay Flowers. You could get Leslie back in the
Yeah,
I'm gonna take the Ravens -2, like -1. Like you said, it is a pick 'em game. Really, it's a coin toss.
yeah. I mean, I think the Ravens are better as a team, but I think with you putting it in Dallas makes me kind of go with Dallas.
Right.
Like let a neutral field anywhere else, I'd probably pick the Ravens. I'm kind of just leading on that home field advantage there.
Yeah. All right. Our Sunday night game: Chiefs at Falcons.
Yeah, Chiefs -3.5 over under 46.5. And this is where you get the same pick from me and Trevor. We are riding with Kansas City -3.5 in Atlanta. I mean,
with no Pacheco.
No, it's just the Chiefs will get it done. Give me the Chiefs.
Oh man, I literally was just about to say this game. I think could make me like if the Falcons find a way to beat the Chiefs, which I would almost say I like them 3.5 here. It would make us look a lot better. Oh wow!
Well,
both of you are taking the Chiefs on. Ooh.
This is where that stat that I told you fucked me because I didn't want to pick your Bucks at -6.5. Didn't want to pick the Niners at -7. So I was like, all right, well just give me the Chiefs then, because I'm not picking Baltimore -1 isn't good enough. This is where
the running back.
I think Carson Steele and Samaje Perine are enough to get it done. I think Kelsey gets more involved. They make some crap out of nothing with Worthy. And it's also because I think what we didn't do well enough against the Falcons was we didn't get our pass rush back there. I think Chris Jones, I think the Chiefs defense is gonna give the Falcons offense a little bit more work than we did.
That's exciting. I'm excited. Both of you guys are taking the Chiefs here. You didn't say that. I was gonna say I like the Falcons here with 3.5.
I mean, I don't.
Prime time, Kirk Cousins, right?
Yeah, not good. It's not good.
He just beat us.
It's a good point.
He drove down the field on us.
But was that more Kirk Cousins prime time, or was that more Nick Sirianni not picking the right decisions?
I think Kirk Cousins on the Falcons is a different Kirk Cousins. I think this is primetime Kirk Cousins now.
He's in the black. Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
Still going with it, so hold by it.
All right. 46 and a half. Yeah, I mean, I think this is gonna be an exciting night game. One worth staying up for. I'm excited for this game. Wow, you guys just made this so much more juicy too. Oh, I love it. All right, and then two. Oh wait, no, we have two Monday night games.
Yes, two
Look at
Monday
that.
nights.
So the first one at 7:30 Eastern time is Jaguars at Buffalo. Buffalo's -5 and 45 and a half is our total.
Yeah, I mean, Bills look good. I mean, I would take the Bills here -5 easily.
Me too.
Like I said,
I
this is
like the
another one.
Bills here.
That stat is just pushing away from these higher spreads. Didn't want to touch them, but so many of the games look better that I would have rather. Even the other Monday night game, would have rather the favorite in that. But that stat was just scaring me to death.
Oh yeah, 7.5 freaked me out too with the Bengals. But do I want to say over for a Bills Jags game?
I might lean under there just because I think the Jags are gonna get stuffed.
I think the Jags can get a couple touchdowns, and I think Josh Allen is going to Josh Allen, and James Cook's going to have another great game.
Yeah, I mean, this is a 24-17 game to me. Just going right in there at the under.
Other Monday night game at 8:15 is going to be the Washington Commies in Cincinnati against the Bengals. Bengals are -7.5. I think is our biggest spread of the day or of the week.
I believe so, because I know we have a 7 out there. Yeah, it's definitely it's the biggest.
Yeah.
This next
And
closest
then the
is San
total
Fran.
is 47. We have a
51.5 at 49.5, so it's a third high, or no, fourth highest because there's a 48.5 as well.
47 and the Bengals -7.5. I think I'm riding heavily that the Bengals are going to tear apart this Commanders defense.
Yep, and I think the defense is going to tear apart their offense. I think it's going to be a little bit of a shit
Commanders
puppy.
are gonna put. Oh, really? Oh, then you should have hopped on the 7.5, right?
Yeah, no, I know I should have, but I got scared by the stat. But Trevor didn't see the stat because he picks Commanders +7.5.
Holy shit! He took the Commanders.
Yeah, I don't agree with the pick, but that's what he took.
Oh my god! What was he thinking?
I get
I don't want to bash him when he's not here to defend himself, but
or maybe maybe he saw the stat. Maybe that's why he's taking it because it's 7.5 points.
Man, all right. I don't even want to do the. Yeah, I'll say the over 47, but I love Bengals -7.5 here.
I mean, this is another one. I honestly I trust Cincinnati enough to get close to that 47 by themselves.
Yeah. Do you want to do the wheel and then we can do our recap?
All right, the Supreme Wheel. Let's see what we got here. First pick is going to be the favorite. It picks. That is. I swear it's dead down the middle. All right, we're rolling it again. I don't know why it likes to do that on the first spin. We got. Oh, it picks the Saints. Oh boy, it picks the Saints. What, -2?
-2.5.
2.5. Oh, I hope the wheel's wrong.
Yeah.
All right, dog. It picks Atlanta +3.5.
Against your Chiefs.
It's really not liking me.
Oh.
Over. It's going to be. All right, looks like it's pick. Is that in the middle too? It's kind of hard to tell. I'm just gonna give it to the Houston Minnesota game. Over. So that's also my overs. That's Houston at Minnesota. Over 46.
46. Yep.
Go for the under here. And it's got, all right, it's KC Atlanta game. I'm going to pick a new game, so it's 4 different games. And we get the under in Detroit, Arizona, so it's going against Utah.
Oh.
So it's under Detroit at Arizona, under 51.5.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Don't agree with that one pick.
Nope.
Wheel. All right, so let me pull mine up to recap here. My picks for week 3. I have my favorite is going to be the Tampa Bay Buccaneers -6.5 against the Denver Broncos. It's in Tampa Bay, and the Broncos are a trash can. My dog is going to be the Packers +2 against the Tennessee Titans in Tennessee. My over is going to be Lions Cardinals 51.5. Going to be a shootout. And then my under is, well, I just lost it for a second. Under is going to be Colts and Bears 43.5.
All right. My favorite of the week is going to be Kansas City -3.5 in Atlanta. I'm betting on you, Mahomes. Please help me out here. My dog is going to be Arizona at home against Detroit +3. My over is going to be Houston at Minnesota over 46. And my under going with tie with Chicago at Indianapolis under 43.5. And then Trevor is not here, but he's with us in spirit. I don't mean he's dead. He's just not here right now. His favorite is mine as well, with the Kansas City Chiefs -3.5 at Atlanta. His dog is a brazy one, Washington +7.5 at Cincinnati on Monday night. His over is Philly at New Orleans over 49.5, and his under is the Chargers in Pittsburgh under 35.5. And then our wheel, just wants to kill us. Its favorite is New Orleans -2.5 at home against our Eagles. Really hope that loses. Its dog is going against me. They picked Atlanta +3.5 at home against Kansas City. It's over Houston at Minnesota over 46, and then under going against tie Detroit at Arizona under 51.5.
Gonna lose that one. But thanks again, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, follow, repost, all you can do to help us out.
Yep.
Keep the pod going. Keep bringing us new fans and the support. Obviously, we see all the comments. We reply to every comment. Love the banter.
Yep. See everyone next week.
Yeah, good luck with your bets, guys. See you next week.